Today, March 8th, 2021, Austintown Trustee Meeting. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Grano?
Here.
Mr. Kent?
Here.
Mr. Davis?
Here.
Alright. Little introduction. Yeah, Michael Dockery, Township Administrator, Road Superintendent here. Chief Cavalier, Police Chief. Darren Cavelli, Zoning Inspector. Chief Andy Frost, the Fire Chief. Todd Schaefer, Park Superintendent. Jim Henshaw, Director of Senior Center. Trustee Ken Carano, and Trustee Jim Davis, and Fiscal Officer Laura Wolf. And I am Steve Kennedy. Yeah. Motion to approve the minutes of regular meeting of February 22nd, 2021.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Kent?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Grano?
Yes.
Mike, anything?
Because of the COVID situation, we changed our practice, I guess, of having our resurfacing bids opened up here at a meeting. We had them, they had to be delivered by 2 o'clock today, and then at 2 o'clock, I opened them with our engineer here and 3 of the vendors that had supplied us with bids. This is for the OPWC project that we could have did last year, but we didn't do it because we didn't know what kind of money we were going to have. And it appears that the lowest bid is $10,000, about $10,000 under the engineer's estimate. So it looks like the bid's up. I'm happy with the bids, and if that bidder has provided everything they're supposed to, pursuant to our specs, I'll be asking you guys to approve that as the lowest and best bid next meeting. Now, this is for the OPWC project that we could have done last year.
Okay.
We're still going to, now we're going to be bidding out in June. We'll probably be asking for the bids in early June for our OPWC loan project. That we cannot, I cannot have you guys approve the bid until after July 1st. Because it's OPWC. That's why we've always been late in the year getting our resurfacing done.
Wait.
Can we still bid on, because I know you've been checking the roads and so on. Can we have a bid going out even though we don't say we accepted it? Can we get the bids back in long before that?
Oh, yes, you can. You just cannot approve it. That's what I say. Early June, my plan is for you guys for us to have the bid opening so that given a week to review the bids by the engineer, he can get back to me, and then you guys at the first meeting in June, well, you can't do it at the first meeting in June. I just want to be ready, in my mind, to know who's probably going to be the best bidder, so I can contact them early at least, and make sure that they can get us on, if I recommend that you guys do it July 2nd, that they can get us on the schedule and they can get it done, because this is going to be a big project. It's going to be $800,000 to $900,000 worth of resurfacing. So I want to make sure they can get it done this year.
Great.
And just for the record, it's none of our driveways.
Anything on the road?
That's all I got.
Chief?
The only thing I have to add, and you two trustees probably know, the Mahoney County Mental Health Recovery Board offers CIT training dealing with the mentally ill to police officers for the past several years. This year, they just started offering it to the dispatchers. So we have some dispatchers go to that training dealing with the mentally ill, so they take a phone call from them. And it's not only our dispatchers, it's open up to all the dispatchers in Mahoney County.
I thought it was kind of funny when that article was in the paper, like, this is something new. This has been going on for years.
That's a good thing, actually. More than mental health you got. Chief Frost?
How are you?
Doing great yourself?
Wonderful.
Anything new?
No, not really.
Nothing extra on the report?
How's that?
It's a good day.
Wonderful day.
Truck radio?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long does it take? That takes, what, a year?
We'll see you next
12 to
year.
13 months.
12 or 13 months. How are the calls from our EMTs and our people?
Getting much better.
Are they getting
Yes,
better?
Getting way better.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. Doing good. Yeah, they're down quite a bit.
That's good.
Our guys getting vaccinated? Anybody sign up for our vaccination?
We got a text from Ryan TCAC about police officers, and they're taking, sign up for it. I don't know who has and who hasn't.
So,
I sent it out.
but they were given the opportunity.
The state just passed that.
Right, right.
You're with the 60-year-olds.
No, I have to wait till they do the 40.
Not you, yeah. Well, you know, the worst part about it is I don't teach you about your age because you were in my class. For
Right.
sure.
I actually talked with Ryan about that Saturday, and he said as of Saturday, they had 300 vaccinations to give, and they had only 75 law enforcement, members of law enforcement registered, so.
We're out there reposted.
That was as of Saturday, so.
Yeah, I think it's the Johnston, right, the one shot.
Oh, is it one?
Yeah, that's the one they're offering.
One and done.
I had the double.
Good to know.
I did.
Is that right? Okay. I got my two. Eric, did you get your two?
Yeah. Go ahead,
Fair.
Hey,
All right, sir.
Pretty good, can't complain. I would ask the board to approve a motion declaring the following properties a nuisance under Ohio Code 525.20. 24 North 4 Mile Run Road, a large amount of trash stored in exposed manner within the parking lot and around the dumpster and a chain link fence near the dumpster in need of repair, replacement, or raising. 2206 Penny Lane, a large amount of miscellaneous items dumped in debris, including pallets stored in exposed manner within the driveway and the southerly side yard. 3455 White Beach Lane, a large amount of miscellaneous items dumped in debris and trash stored in exposed manner within the driveway and southerly side yard. This property doesn't have garbage pickup. We had Allison Brothers clean it, removed the trash last Friday, but there's still litter and stuff there, so we'll send the road guys over and put them on the property. But my guess is we're going to see this until they get trash pickup.
Yep.
Is someone living there?
Yeah, oh, the house is occupied, the garage is open. You would think if you didn't have trash pickup, put it in your garbage cans, put it in trash bags, put it in the garage, and pull the garage door down.
It would stink then.
Well, you know,
The people live there, own the house, or is it rented?
I believe it's owner occupied, because the tax duplicate goes back to that address.
Don't you know the old philosophy, Darren? I expect you to live in my field. I don't want to live in it.
Well, that's what's happened with the wind blow and the people to the, what would it be, to the
I've
south.
had a couple complaints of from over there, and people, I drove by and it was nice to see the majority of it cleaned up anyhow.
Yeah, well, that was the purpose.
Thank you to Allison Brothers.
Yeah, what we do is, if I think there's gonna be potential for rats, or in this case, the wind's blowing it in everybody else's yards, we're just gonna clean it. And then we'll chase after it.
Okay.
So moved.
Oh, I'm sorry. Second.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Carino?
Yes.
Mr. Kent?
Yes.
But,
That's it?
what you guys wanna yell at me about something? That's
No.
No,
Got a free
Son
sign.
of
no. Send in Todd, please. All right. Mr. Schaefer, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. Anything to report?
You got something to report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take your mask off so everybody can hear you when you tell everybody.
Is this the first?
This is my first.
Oh.
There you go.
Yes, I am a grandpa as of yesterday.
All right, so congratulations.
I have nothing to add to the report. Just want to let you know that Learn 3 ride program will be starting in April. That's a company out of Pittsburgh. They contacted me, wanted a place to do their program, which is teaching children how to ride bicycles. They came down to the park and we agreed. I took them down to the West 6. We're going to use that parking lot, plus at the very beginning of the program, they need a hill with grass.
Great.
And then they move to the parking lot. I've been in touch with Don Hall. He's going to work with me on smoothing that parking lot out for them before they get started. I did talk to the gentleman yesterday, made sure that the park as well as the board was on their waivers that everybody signs. In essence, we're just the host site. You know, this is their program, but I went online and did some research on the program before I agreed to let him in. It's a very good program in Pennsylvania, and he wants to move into Ohio. So I think we're going to be one of the first in Ohio that, for that program.
When's that gonna start?
It'll start April 10th. It'll be one Saturday a month. April, May, June, July, and August. We'll put he's in the process right now of getting his press release and everything. As soon as he gets that to me, I'll be able to post it on our Facebook page. And I'll send it to Steve Sim and we'll put it on the township page. And it's for 3 hours, one Saturday a month.
Todd, when are you planning on starting with putting the seats up for the swings and stuff like that?
That stuff is already up. Tennis nets are up because, yes, the boys, Austintown boys already started
Yes.
practice last week, so we put the nets up. Splash pad, of course, won't be open until May.
Oh, all right.
But
No
everything,
cold.
It's 60 degrees
Splash
tomorrow,
pad.
come on.
but the rest of this week, we'll have everything else up and ready to go by the end of the week, except for the splash
How
pad.
about the other tennis court? You still getting everyone there every morning?
Not yet, it's too cold for them.
Too
They're all still down in Florida.
You're
About-
right too.
Yeah,
There
about
are so
mid-April,
few.
about mid-April, they start showing up. Also this week, we'll start tear down of Wedgewood playground. That way, we're ready for when the company is ready to construct the new one. We'll be ready. So we'll have that torn down this week. That's all I have.
Awesome. You can send him this retention.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, and how's everybody this evening?
Great.
Self
Yourself?
bigger vitality.
Oh, yeah.
What you got for us?
Well, we're COVID headquarters right now. We're doing upwards of 2,500 shots per week at the senior center.
Awesome.
And it's been going very, very well. Congressman Johnson was there today,
Oh, great.
and he came in, and he was totally impressed with how efficient the operation was. I mean, people are in and out within 30 minutes. And hopefully this will go away soon, but right now we're doing what we have to do.
Right.
Mahoney County now at 175 cases per 100,000 population. And the governor says that he opens everything when it gets to 50. And so we'll see what happens. But I did a regression analysis today, kind of did a trend line, and it looks like maybe into April or something like that, it might get down about that point.
I should know this, and I don't. How many days a week are they there?
But
They are there?
sometimes four, last Wednesday, they weren't there at all, but they were all over at the Joseph Mike Towers doing that place, and they sent a crew down to Sebring somewhere to do a bunch down there, so when they're not there, for instance, tomorrow, their last shot, they're getting their first bunch of J&J shots in tomorrow. They're only doing 100 people in the morning, so they'll be out of there by 10:30. But they'll go somewhere to do more on-site from a remote area, you know, like Sebring or Beloit or one of those places out in the middle of nowhere. But,
You know, I really appreciate, obviously, there are members of the senior center that wanted to open again right away, and we explained what we said here, that it wouldn't open until then. But the irony is that we're actually getting more calls from senior center people who went in there to get their shots, and most of them now have their second shot, and are so impressed with the situation the way it is. I was really shocked when they started calling me like that and saying that they're doing a great job over there. So I asked them, I said, well, would you want to shut them down now? And they said, no, let's wait and we'll see.
that's basically the same thing I would hear from the ones that come in to get their
Yes.
shots that I know are members, they'll come over to me and talk, and they say, this is working so good, and it's for the greater good, basically. We're serving a very valuable community service in what we're doing right now. And if they didn't have the senior center, who knows where they would be? And it was not, they'd be like the fairgrounds doing them in the cars or somewhere like that, and that, I've heard the horror stories on that out of Trumbull County, 5-hour wait, no restrooms.
No restrooms, nothing.
But it's.
Well, knock on wood, let's hope that the virus goes down and we can open up and they don't need to put the shots anymore.
I'm all for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Laura?
Just want to let you know, 2020 was closed out. Everything went smoothly.
Oh,
Everything
you're
got
still
fine.
here? Oh.
I'm still here. But I'm working on the permanent budget for 2021. We have to do that by April 1st, so probably next meeting we'll have some permanent stuff going on.
Motion to accept February report submitted to the board for review, fund status, revenue status, and appropriation status.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
Mr. Kent?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Chief, we got a liquor permit from Ohio Liquor Control Division, whether to request a hearing or notice of legislation authority, new permit to 76 Hospitality LLC, David Boy Adam, son of Italy, 2888, and 533-5, 76 Drive, Unit 2, Austintown Township, Youngstown, Ohio, 44515. Permit number 8003720, permit class ES, David 38 Adam. Any,
What I'd like to ask the trustees to do, we have not received anything on this, and instead of that formally request a hearing, I'll ask to table it to the next trustees meeting so I can contact Columbus and find out what this permit is. We have not received anything on it next door.
okay, perfect. We'll move that.
I'll just make a motion to table it to the next meeting. Second?
Mr. Kent?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Thanks, Chief.
Yes.
Under new business. Motion to approve lease for 1,400 square feet at the average cost of $9 per square foot for a 10-year term with Sierra's Hair Salon LLC.
This would be in, at the east end Westchester in the middle door, to the middle door. would leave about 5,000 square feet remaining on either side of it, probably about 1,500 on one side and the remaining square feet on the other side.
For the record, that's, if you recall, Shirley Miranda from Austintown Fish, that's who that is. So you can leave the senior center, you can walk over and get your hair done while you're there, Eric. How about that?
That's it.
So moved.
Second,
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Crano?
Yes.
Mr. Kent?
Yes. Under C, we got public meeting pursuant to the ORC 145381 to continue the employment of Michael Dockery as a reemployment, retirement, or rehire as a reemployee retiring to the same position as Austintown Township. Anybody in the crowd disapprove or approve?
You're just going to give him, he's going to do the same job,
Yes, sir.
and why did it come up?
We have to ask the question.
You have to ask that?
Yeah. Do you want it, Eric? You want to apply for it?
No, but I think he's well suited for the job.
What's that?
He's good for the job.
Yes.
He's going to do the job.
There's certain stipulations for him to retire, that he had to retire by a certain time. It didn't benefit him to continue on with the job, but he's willing to stick around a little bit longer if we allowed him to do this. So we had to hold a public hearing, and this is anyone's opportunity to
I
object.
would say yes. He's done a good
All right, Chief, you can unlock the door now.
Let him in. We're good.
Well, I wasn't quite sure why the police had like a checkpoint out there in front of it.
so we're stuck with Mike again.
Steve was ready to charge parking tonight in the
Right.
parking lot. We thought we were gonna make all kinds of money.
For how long is that gonna go on for?
We're not sure at this time.
Well, then it's hired Trestle at
Yeah, it's not, it won't be years.
It won't be
and
years and years, no. No.
We hired Trestle at YSU for unlimited.
Yeah, his contract's way different than
Yep.
mine.
Mike's taking a much bigger.
And he makes a little bit more money than mine too.
Yeah.
Not $10.
Yeah, no.
Actually, believe it or not, it'll be a cost savings to the township for us to do it. So. I will say, though, I'd like to say on record, I think that stand up with Mike to do it too. You know, to be willing to come back at less pace. Not easy to find someone like that.
So this part of the meeting, we come to public response. You can do it on and.
Do you need a motion?
Do I?
I don't think you need a motion.
I didn't think we needed a
You
motion.
just had to have a public
Yeah.
hearing.
Yeah, that's right, there's no motion,
Yeah.
just,
Well, she got a little sticker here.
Yeah, that's what she got on mine, but we don't.
Yeah, we just have to provide an opportunity.
Okay, sorry.
Public response, if anybody's in the crowd that wants to
We'd
talk.
like
Do we need to renew all the levies? Pass
Yeah,
those?
we want to.
We did not get the financial information from the auditor, so we're gonna do those next meeting.
Yeah. Public response, on or off camera?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You want to come up to the podium, state your name and address?
John Russo, 4314 Pembroke Road, Austintown. The only question I had is, how come for the last couple of meetings or whatever, there's no response? It's always for the record in the Vindicator, it's always just for the record, and it talks about the township.
They don't come in,
Yeah.
they don't come in.
Nobody's here to,
Yeah.
nobody's here to.
You're
take
here,
the
so
notes.
you'll change that tonight.
Oh, okay, that one I never seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like-
No, we don't have a reporter.
Yeah.
It's usually up to the Vindicator to send the reporter. He actually, I just noticed that prior to walking in here that I had a text from him that just said, is there anything on tonight's meeting agenda that's of importance?
So, we can't even show up. Raising that Vindicator.
He came here and he did the report on the veterans flag
Yeah.
thing, almost a week later.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right.
Because I just wondered, because, you know, if I don't come, I'd like to at least read about it.
Right, right.
Wait, do you have Armstrong cable?
No,
I was gonna say channel 202.
yeah.
Well, here's actually what's nice, I'm sure you have the internet.
Yes.
If you go to YouTube, go to Falcon Media, and all of our meetings are on the internet, on YouTube, on Falcon Media.
On Falcon Media?
Yep, so you can actually go there and watch the meeting in its entirety.
Oh, sweet.
It's Austintown Falcon Media.
Austintown, thank you. Austintown Falcon Media.
Thank you, I'll break that down.
Yep.
Thank you, I'll forget when I walk out the door.
That's actually quite nice to have that accessibility to YouTube. For that, I've watched
Yeah.
many things that I haven't been able to catch on to.
Anybody else?
Well, of course, the renewal levy for the Austintown Senior Center.
We're gonna move that.
Next-
We didn't get it back from the auditor, Eric. We'll move it to the next meeting.
Yeah, we've got to wait. Last meeting, if you recall, we asked the auditor to send the paperwork to the auditor to find out what the valuation would be. The auditor has to provide that paperwork back to us for us to review it and then put it on. So we're just waiting on him to send it back.
All right?
Good enough.
All right. Remarks from our board members. We'll go with Mr. Davis.
Oh man, have we going first?
Yeah, we'll switch it up.
You know, ironically, believe it or not, I have nothing to say.
Wow.
Put that on the calendar.
How about going down to the-
All right.
Yeah, congratulations to our state qualifiers for wrestling.
Yeah.
That's exciting news, and that's it. I really have nothing to say. I'm getting my first vaccination tomorrow.
There
Yay.
you go.
I'm looking forward to that.
Is it two-step?
I want to be fully vaccinated.
In the 65 group?
Don't let the gray hair fool you.
Trustee Carano, what do you got?
Well,
You
thank you.
have a whole stack full
Well,
of.
I have, well, first, I always love when places move. There was a ribbon cutting today and Sam's Southern Eatery on Mahoney Avenue opened up. We always welcome companies to come in and we hope that they do well. And they have a different menu.
I've eaten there already, and I can tell you that their food is excellent.
Well, that's great, that is fantastic. It's unfortunate at times that we can't make it there like we would love to be there, but it is during the days and that sort of thing. Mike, we have two hits over here, Salt Springs Road on March 10th is going to, you have to watch yourself, stay away from it because they're paving the thing. And there was another one here from
Turner Road and Kirk.
Turner and Kirk.
Yeah.
So watch yourself there. The other thing I'm going to tell you is when you go down 46 to Canfield, watch yourself because you'll get caught up at the end over there by 224. They're doing all kind of work, so watch yourself beforehand. A couple of things I have to say. I want to congratulate two young people, Zachary Glavik, who's going to be going to the Naval Academy, and Randy McCluskey, who's going to be going to the West Point, graduates from our school. And people have not been applying. All of a sudden, they're starting to apply, and we hope them have a great time. I have to say this, I didn't get all the information, but I did watch the state speech tournament went on this last weekend. It's not like the old days because of the virus. People competed in their house on the computer. Judges were told from their house to judge them and that sort of thing. And the last results ended up Saturday night at 10:30 at night. They got the results, and a lot of good reports came in from the speech team. But I want to congratulate all the members of the speech league, especially in Mahoning County, for continuing the process until they can go back to the regular way they competed, because there's nothing like it in this world. The other thing is, I don't know if you want to talk to them about this. This is the aggregate program for electricity. If you want to do that, they come here, Mike. what do they do?
No, there's a number on the letter.
There's an
They're called,
800 number there on the
You're
bottom.
all gonna get,
They
you're
call
all
it
gonna
Energy
get this
Harbor.
letter. You'll get this letter, and that's all you have to do. And this is really great, because you could get in and out at your will. But this, it's a good price. It's a good price for our ag.
Was it $4.99
Yes,
per kilowatt hour?
that's it.
Do they automatically put you in and you have to opt out if you don't want it?
if you're part of it now, you'll stay part of it. You won't have to do anything.
Anything, right.
That's for electric?
Yes.
Yes. I think, what is it right now? Do you know, I think it's 5, am I correct?
Maybe 523 or something like
Yeah,
that.
so it's a considerable amount.
And that's
of,
for 4 years.
decrease.
Yeah, 4 years.
Is that it, Ken?
That's it, thank you.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mr. Chairman, if I may interrupt real quick, speaking of speech, Ken, it's good to see the Corano name carrying on. I saw your grandson placed, I believe, 4th, and is moving on to nationals. So it's good to see the Corano name still high there in speech, so.
It was studied, that's part of the reason I was watching, because unfortunately, he competes, not unfortunately, but he competes in Canfield, Fort Canfield. But the thing is, it's nice to see them doing a good job. Thank you
That's
for
awesome,
mentioning
yeah.
You're
it.
welcome. I pay attention,
Vincent.
I do, I pay attention to our local speech and debate teams. They do very, very well. I always worry about those speech and debate guys because they make good politicians.
Yes, they do.
And you gotta keep an eye on who might be running someday.
Oh, Lordy, that's it.
I'm going to piggyback off Trustee Davis. Colin Roberts, 2-time district champ, 4-time state qualifier. Congratulations. Good luck to this weekend and to all the guys going down and working your butts off down in the state wrestling tournament. Good luck to all our spring sports. Track started up already. I believe they're starting baseball, softball. Actually, Christina has a scrimmage tomorrow, so that's pretty exciting already. So, but that's all I have.
Very good.
Yeah.
Executive session.
Motion to recess the executive session for the following: to consider the appointment, discipline, or compensation to the public employees, preparing for conducting or reviewing negotiations or bargaining session with public employees concerning with their compensation or other terms of conditions of their employment.
So moved.
And seconded.
Mr. Carano?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Kent?
Yes.
in association with Austintown Local Schools and Austintown Township.